Well, hello there, internet friends. It's Too Old for Gaming, and today we're playing a 10 versus 10 here on WARNO. I am down here on the far right. There is another division here with me. We are playing as the Soviet bloc KdA Germans, so East Germans. We are going to be starting off bringing in a reconnaissance team here. Enemy moving in very quickly into our position here with Gazelle rocket attack helicopters. Here's the rest of my stuff. We got a Concourse team here, SPG-9, 30mm grenade launcher, and some infantry. I do have anti-aircraft coming in, but it's coming in a little bit slower than everything else, so KdA shoots in, squad's getting hit here, but we've got a ton of equipment lined up, so his reconnaissance is getting absolutely destroyed. Bombs coming in our position. One of our reconnaissance vehicles, the PT-76, is taken out by anti-tank rockets. I have several squads coming into this little village area here to fight the enemy, to get control over the sector here. So we've got basically a whole platoon moving into these buildings. We lost our Concourse team, which is a big bummer. But we still have our SPG-9, basically recoilless rifle there. We've got two Strela teams to help out. And for the moment, doing an all right job, kind of pushing everybody back. Massive firefight going on over here. And we've got enemy fighter bomber coming in to hit us. Let's see if he nails our platoon. You can hear that MG3 going off. So we were very lucky he did not do anything there, and it looks like we're all right. So SPG-9 is now in position where I want him in the wood line here with a T-80. His T-80 UDs are very strong. I have a T-62M, and we got a Tsunga firing away with 23mm cannons at infantry. And he pays for being on the front line. So as I brought in my initial assault team here to take this sector, I did bring in 3 resupply trucks. Resupply in this game being critical to how to play. We did manage to wipe everyone out of this village area here. We've got M113s here with their MG3s firing at us, but that's about it. We got these Milan teams, anti-tank ones, but these guys are all fairly soft, so shouldn't be too hard to take out. I did bring in an Mi-24P AT-2. These things are absolutely incredible. This is my favorite helicopter as a kid. The 30mm auto cannon and the air-to-ground rockets firing away at infantry over here in this mountainous region. Just absolutely getting pounded. The T-62 here as well, so these French scouts are absolutely dead. My T-62 got hit by one of these Milan rockets, so I'm pulling him back to get resupplied. In this game, you're able to reinforce and repair everything out in the field. I disagree with that design choice based on just playing Steel Division 2 and the way it's set up there. I think it's just more fun, but this is a different game, so you never know, they may change it in the future. So T-70 about to take another Milan rocket, and he's still alive, so that's the other interesting thing about this game. Your tanks can take multiple anti-tank rockets. Unless they're older tanks, which they can't. So it looks like we possibly took out another vehicle here. And we are spotting enemy armored personnel carriers here. My KdA shoots and have been, off clears are reinforced. Their morale isn't great, but I want to get them into the town here to continue spotting. We've got another Lynx over here on our right flank. So definitely a danger to our guys. We got an Eagle right here. Missile goes off and he misses, and the Su-27 comes in. Almost finished the job. Not sure how you would survive a burst of 23mm autocannon fire, but got very lucky, and he's dead now. Another Mi-24P here in to support the other unit. And again, it's just these attack helicopters are insane. If you're ever playing this game, you have to buy man pads. If you don't have man pads, you can get absolutely routed just by attack helicopters. And if you read history, it sounds like that's what happened after the first Iraq War when they tried to revolt against the Saddam regime. They just brought in attack helicopters and destroyed everyone. So, doing a good job of moving these infantry forward here, our combined divisions, clearing things out. We've captured this sector if we back off here. I've got my KdA leader back here. And I moved up a ZU-23-2, so double 23mm cannon. It's hiding in this farm. So we've got a decent, the only thing bad here is we don't have great anti-tank. We've got RPG-2s, but it's going to be very hard for the enemy without heavy shelling to take this area. We want to keep driving things forward here. If we look at the map, we're up by 3 control sectors, so we're points-wise, we're doing very well for the moment. T-80 being a little risky here, going in close by himself. It's a lot of points. Those are like 265 points. Let's take a look around the map to see what the rest of the team's doing. I do have more anti-aircraft coming in. These are the OSA AKMs, which are an interesting looking vehicle. So, we don't have Echo, but we've got them pushed back. The middle sectors are ours currently. We do have French division here into our territory, but they haven't captured it yet. Looks like there's a battle for this urban area. This one as well. And the enemy has captured this town. So, most of the action at the moment seemingly in our sector. So I have brought up T-34-85s. Pretty sure these are the cheapest tanks in the game. I think the only thing I don't really like about them is they only have like 560 rounds of PKM ammo, which goes by very fast. So T-34 is at the front now, giving fire support. Kind of incredible to think you had a tank designed in, what, 1943 being used in, this is like 1985. We do have artillery fire hitting our position now, and it did take out several tanks. So I do have my better T-62 over here. These T-62Ms also have anti-tank rockets and 50 cals. So, shoots and team just holding at the moment, and we'll keep driving forward. These SPW-152Ks, we got this guy in the front line just firing at infantry. Definitely a weird looking unit here. Looks like it should be a half-track almost. So still up on my Mi-24P. A little worried about stingers in the town, so kind of holding off on being super aggressive with them. Enemies continue to bring in their air force. F-104 is destroyed by the 9K-37. My OSA AKM did not fire that time. These Carl Gustav teams are very good. In this match, there is one team that does a tremendous amount of damage to my units. We'll see that later. So I'm starting to move the attack helicopters forward. From what I've seen, I feel like it's almost, it's better to lead with infantry and kind of leave them back far enough to continue engaging, but outside the range of man pads, so that they can stay up, because they're so good, but they're very vulnerable. We have a Roland 3 right here, so happy I'm keeping it back. The AT missiles shoot very far. So once we capture the sector up here, obviously we're going to overwhelm them with 2 divisions. Actually, there's 3 here. Man. Well, this is easily going to be overwhelmed by 3 divisions, because I think we're fighting 2, and we're doing well, and the team is very engaged in capping this stuff. So we're going to capture this sector, and then we'll start sweeping to our left flank here. We got this Challenger Mark II leader who's capping the zone, but there's an Mi-24P here. Can you see him? It's in very close, yes. So, almost does no damage to that tank, though. Taking fire from this Saxon. He does take out the Roland, though, which is huge. I'm surprised he wasn't firing. Maybe he was out of missiles already. I brought in an Mi-2 reconnaissance helicopter. These guys don't have any weapons. They're cheap, though, and so I can bring them up with this Mi-24P to make sure that we don't get hit by man-pads. And as soon as we spot things here, the Mi-24 is going to do its job. So shortly here, what I'll like to do is move these guys over to a line here because we have some cover, and then we'll push into this village area. Looks more like a bunch of factories or something over here. So we must have taken out that Challenger because we're capping the zone now. My Mi-24P here just takes a hit from a man pad. And we've captured the zone here. I'm pulling these guys back. Hopefully the Mi-2 or the Mi-24 don't get shot down here. Alright, so continue to keep my logistics right behind the front line to reinforce these guys. Moving these recon team up to the front to spot anyone here, and we'll reestablish a new front line in this sector and then start working to our left. I've got an Mi-8 MT here too, which has the 12.7 and 7.62 millimeter cannon pods, along with the 30mm cannon. Just took a hit from a javelin. Might die. This T-62 is reloading very slow, and I didn't catch it. So we'll see if he stays up. Oh, he's firing at this other one, so I think we're going to be okay. F-104 just gets wiped out by anti-aircraft battery. Holy cow, that guy was yelling. Alright, so we got our KdA Schützen up in the front here. Pushing out the Jaeger teams. Little German Civil War action happening right now. So 1 man left in the Carl Gustav team. And he's over. So I did bring in an artillery piece here. Somewhere. I just saw me put the red zone in. Maybe I didn't bring it in yet. So I will be bringing in a large artillery piece, so you can see I've started moving my infantry over here, as I mentioned earlier. Bring these little armored cars to help out. KdA team doing a good job of holding the front line. I haven't noticed in this game with the disheartened teams, I don't feel like they flee as quickly as in Steel Division 2. I feel like there's less of a difference between them and regular troops, but maybe it's just my perception. So, reloading everyone over here. Harrier coming in with an HE-1, but let's see if we get him. No, he's still up. We do splash him with the Buk. These must be better than these OSAs. So, looks like we've got a platoon of NATO infantry and 113s in this area. I'm also moving in this Zu-23 too. These guys move really slow if you're walking around. I had brought a concourse up to the front line, so this reinforcement road here is cut off. I do have a Strela here as well, so he can see out that distance. There's another concourse team, because typically you need a few. Flamethrower going off in the town here. This TO-55. I mean, that thing looked like it went 1,000 meters. Maybe there was something else shooting. So, more Carl Gustav teams here trying to make it into the town. You hear their MG3s firing along with their G3s. I swear the West Germans in the 80s had the coolest infantry weapons. So, starting to shell our position as we move in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the map to see how we're doing. We're still up by 1 tick. We've got almost 11,000 points. We got a VLRA 20mm. I believe these are just trucks. Yeah. So, that could cause us some problems. Flaggerfaust being spotted by our KdA shoots in those, so he should be wiped. And so that's why you want to screen with infantry, right? If I brought my Mi-24P up over this, I would be shot down for sure. So, learning the game a bit more on what best tactics to use. And again, I've got pioneers in here with satchel charges in the town. I'm trying to use the seize and hold commands. Again, I've got another leader up here to capture this sector too. But just trying to see how effective the AI is at using those commands to clear zones, because, again, they weren't great in Steel Division 2. Now, as we go forward to capture this sector, I'm going to want to make a two-pronged attack. So I want to attack their right flank, their left flank with the team, but I also want to bring in some guys from here to attack straight on. So I'm bringing in a couple KdA shoots and teams with these little armored cars again. And I think these are 65 or 70 points with the cars. They're not terribly expensive for the points you get in this game. And I've got a gut feeling we get ambushed. We'll see. Let's ride along this beautiful game. Not sure if you guys read my community notes or not, but I just built a new gaming computer after 5 years, and very impressed with the performance. It's always fun getting the hiccups out and fixing all the blue screens and driver updates. But we seem stable now. No ambush yet. Oh, there it is. And somehow instantaneously killed both here, so... Enemy there. Our Mi-8 finally firing here at the enemy infantry. Using those S5M rockets, 57mm, and take out these Panzerfaust teams. KdA shoots in, moving into position here, along with the 30mm grenade launcher. I got my off Claire here. It looks like he was taking fire already. I didn't see it. Maybe it was artillery? These PT-76s are actually pretty cheap. And they're like some of the only armored recon I see. Oh, wow, we had some vehicles here with anti-tank rockets, so he apparently couldn't see him, which is surprising because he's a reconnaissance vehicle. So as you see here, I've pretty much moved everyone out. We've got our front line established up here. I do have a T-62 up here as well. This is weird. We should move these guys up, but whatever. So, third helicopter in here. We've got our Mi-2 spotting for us again, kind of pushed back a little bit. Mi-24P firing at the Challenger here. Is he going to take him out? No, it falls short. Keeps calling in these 104s, but I feel like we keep taking them down. So here's my, finally got my artillery piece in here. A massive piece of Soviet equipment. 203mm. gonna be a huge blast. And definitely, we'll have to check out those when we start firing here. So we spot that 20mm car, but remember, it's just a car, so our Schützen team should be able to take him out. We stun him with overwhelming fire, so... And he is destroyed. So our frontal attacks, we have not been able to get through the enemy's hidden units. But we'll keep attempting in our flank on their left flank. Our right flank attack is going okay. So should be able to capture this sector here. But they have, and the rest of the map, it looks like they're pushing us off. So we don't have a leader in here right now. Our team needs to bring in a leader to hold this zone. Up here, it seems like maybe we're just bottled up here. We've got a lot of infantry just sitting here doing nothing. So maybe planning some artillery and attack, hopefully. Let's see some of these grads back here. Nothing in this sector. An Apache guarding this one. And we're starting to lose this one with Toe Cobras coming in very aggressively. They're both gonna get shot down. So yeah, I would definitely say use your attack helicopters maybe behind your infantry so that this doesn't happen to you. And we got pushed off of our zone here. So I don't know if these players quit or if they're just new to the game, and I don't know. It looks like we should just move all these back and capture this, because we're only down by 1. There's no reason to keep pushing forward. Alright, so going back to the less of the SS, we've got a whole platoon of T-34-85s coming in with another recon vehicle. Again, I'm trying to use these seize commands just to see how effective they are in the game. We didn't see a reinforcement truck for ammo, and it looks like while we were scanning the battlefield, we have moved our KdA teams in. We've got a 50 cal here, chipping away at infantry. Our MG-30, or excuse me, our grenade launcher, our 30mm grenade launcher has been doing a good job of providing additional fire support. This is his reinforcement road right here, so anybody trying to really come forward is going to get nailed. 50 cal just chipping away on that M113. Pioneer team is probably going to start shooting flames at him, maybe? That MG3 sounds so awesome. Bring in, oh no, my KdA, another KdA team was taken out, that time by the Panzerfaust. Moving forward, more 30mm grenade launchers. It looks like he's got some reinforcements coming in. All right, so here is our 1940s crew. I'm trying to take out this recon team over here, the BGS. I haven't seen them before. Seem like they might be kind of elite, but not for very long. So they get wiped. And we've got our recon vehicle in front, which is great. So we've got Sonderwagen over here. Look at that. He's got a snowplow in the front. He gets nailed. And then our KdA Fuhrer. No! Man, I had this on auto. He's totally going to get destroyed before he hits the front lines, isn't he? He is. That's a bummer, because you only get so many leaders. These T-34s, I mean, it seems like he's moving pretty fast, right? Like, not sure they could move that fast in real life. But I think these guys, these T-34-85s, I think are even cheaper than some of these light armored vehicals with missiles. Like, I don't think they're very expensive. So if you can bring them in mass, which they're supposed to use that way. The Carl Gustav team, again, this guy is just... He is crushing me. The other guy next to him routs and falls back. And I still have the seize command on before I've gotten over here to manually adjust things. Gets hit again by the Carl Gustav, which reloads incredibly fast. Continuing just to chew up my armor. Finally got the T-34 back far enough. I did have a concourse team who was set to go up to the front lines. PKT just keeps firing, but he's going to run out of ammo fast. My concourse team getting chewed up in the house. I'm trying to get them out of there. We routed the Carl Gustav team, so they're finally got enough enemy fire on the enemy to get him to leave, but not before he did significant damage, and it looks like he did have a reinforcement truck back here. We're going to have to do something about this sector. So, is our artillery firing yet? Yes, I have it on auto counter at the moment. I mean, big guns are great for auto countering. Look at it. It sounded rocket assisted, right? Let's see where it's landing. I mean, we're going miles and miles. Alright, splash right here. Who knows? We'll have to check the stats at the end to see if it's very good at its job. Alright, so T-34 over here. Got the other one, low cohesion. This one's high, so it's going to be more effective. We've managed to wipe the town out. We've got our friendly team over here with the T-62 crew advancing. About out of rockets, so we got a concourse team in here. Moving my 30mm grenade launchers to the new front line. And we spotted that Carl Gustav team again with our SPW-152K. Got 2 men left. I mean, Hoffmeister's been a hero for sure. We've got an Mi-8 in here to try to shoot at him if we spot him. Now, this one has anti-tank rockets and those S5 rockets, 96 of them, along with the 50 cal, the NSVT. So he's still alive, and we get hit by a phantom coming in. These guys just don't want to die. T-34 still firing at our Mi-8. Mi-8 firing at him now. Hoffmeister just will not die or surrender. Alright, well, posthumously award him the Iron Cross for his job. He did a great job of bottling us up. But now we've cleared the sector and we can continue moving forward here. Brought in another resupply truck to help reinforce everyone. Our concourse team did stay alive this time. I've got more T-34-85s here. I'm just a glutton for cheap firepower. Over here at our far right district, managing to continue to keep the enemy off the zone. I doubt he's going to be able to cap this back. So this is our next sector to capture. And remember, our leader was ambushed by the Carl Gustav team, so we'll have to bring in another one. But looks like we've got a friendly tank coming in, tank leader, who should be able to take the zone for us. Our recon team spotting a Flaggerfaust over here, but nothing else. Enemy armored platoon over here, trying to clear a sector. The dirt effects in this game are pretty good. Look at that. That is cool. This thing has got an auto cannon on it. I had no idea that the thing even existed. That's so cool. Alright, so we've ended up wiping the enemy out over here. However, our left flank is completely collapsed, so I don't know if this guy stopped playing. But they're just getting whooped over here. Doesn't look like we're really doing a whole lot to change that situation. Got an M60 holding off the team over here. Can't see him in the rubble. But then again, I'm just confused as to why we didn't fall back to. Yeah, he is too. That's not me. He's like, why aren't we taking this? Whatever. We're having fun over here on the right flank. So I got my I called this in before the other guy. I'd seen the other guy. So got my T-54 AMK. Bringing him in, and this guy will allow us to capture another zone. So just like we did over here, we're just going to keep sweeping to our left flank here to capture this area. Unfortunately, though, they're almost caught up to us. And no enemy artillery at the moment. So a little lull in the action here. Challenger taking fire from something over here. Oh, this is Concourse team. Here it comes. Very cool. Oh, he popped the turret. So, bring in resupply here to my Pioneer teams. Try to keep those guys alive. I still have KdA shooting up here. You know, if the biggest threat's going to be enemy artillery, kind of suppressing and wiping us out. I've got a good AA net. I've got my T-34s up over here, getting ready to launch another assault. So, possibly help this guy capture the zone over here. Alright, so starting to advance forward. We already have a Pioneer team up here, the flamethrower, but I'm gonna move my KdA out in the open. This is pretty risky to move these guys out in the open without screening infantry first, but I'm sure if this were to happen, you wouldn't always have infantry screening for you if you're trying to advance a line. An incoming AT rocket takes out one of our T-34s. This one's running out of fuel. Another AT rocket coming in here. He missed, fortunately for us. I did drop a arty support beacon on that house. Got another T-34 I was moving in. Crushes with one shot. So again, game is like, depending on what army you have, you get one hit or 2, 3, or 4, and how many points they cost. So I take my 203 to that house. He's going to take out our T-62, but this one will take 2 or 3 hits. So the T-62 takes 1 hit and is still alive. I'm bringing up these Zaga Dryad teams, which have the Dragunov and 2 PKM. So 100% for anti-infantry. I don't know if they're a special forces team. They might be. I'm also bringing in these reservists here, who unfortunately are getting nuked. My 203's though landing in the sector of fire, so hopefully not going to see any more fire from the enemy here. That one was a direct hit. We saw him for a second. So my reservists here moving forward. We did see a javelin here. And this entire area is just absolutely destroyed from 203 fire. Take out the javelin team. And moving our reservists up. These guys have the RPG-7 VMs, which are much better than the RPG-2s. Starting to take fire from the enemy over here. There's an AMX-10. Something crashed over here. Looks like we shot down a Phantom. So moving forward with another PT-76B recon vehicle. See what's going on over here. And so we've managed to go into the town, not encountering enemy resistance yet. So that means all we got to do is get our leader in here, and we can probably capture the zone. They're starting to push back over here. There's a leader in here somewhere. I'm moving Strela team forward. I want to get cover over here for attack helicopters. My Mi-24 took a hit, I think, from an aircraft. I need to start resupplying some of these guys to keep pushing them forward. Got a single T-34 into the town that didn't get destroyed. We also have our PT-76 and our KdA Schützen. So again, trying to hold and seize. You know, it's almost like cheating. If you use the seize command and you can't find somebody, they'll sniff them out automatically for you. So that's what I was trying to do, because we're taking the Milan rockets and we didn't see him, and we don't know for sure if he died. So I hit the seize command to make sure there's no one left there. T-54 moving into the zone, but he was taking the road, and you can see we're taking rocket fire or missile fire from over here. So we'll see if this starts going to us. I'm trying to keep him out of range of missiles over here. We're starting to capture this. Captured an enemy reinforcement truck. So we've got enemies in here. I did bring in some Strela teams and some Pioneer teams. I wanted to see if I could wipe this area out. Unfortunately, one of our Strelas goes down. It's 45 or 55 points. So we managed to get this one out, but we lost a man, and there's that AMX-10 here. Got one Pioneer team left. So it's a Milan 2 here. And we do manage to destroy him. So we use the satchel charge too. So we have a Flieger Faust back here, but we're starting to take fire from that AMX-10. Did take a Logi. And I've got several more squads coming in of reservists with the RPG-7, so he's falling back here. So after I moved he must have moved his T-62 out of the zone or got destroyed, because we lost this zone once I moved and captured this zone. So we have captured the back area of the enemy. However, doesn't really seem like the rest of the team's playing too hard, or they're just getting whooped. Flieger Faust is still alive, but our reservists should be able to wipe him out. And we do manage to knock him down. Pioneer team taking direct fire, and now we've got AMX-30s on our left flank here. Seem to be routing us. They've got that auto cannon, which is just really doing some damage. So I'm guessing these guys are probably all going to get wiped. We don't have AT over here. I was a little worried about having more javelins in here to shoot down my attack helicopter, so I didn't bring them over. I'm bringing this one over to finally resupply. I'm stealing my teammate's truck. I don't know why I didn't use this one. I don't think I noticed it. So unfortunately, our reservists are knocked out. Made that attack without tank support, which was a mistake. I'm bringing in a T-62M1 with a 115mm cannon, but he does not have any missiles. So these guys, I don't know the ranges on these. Probably pretty equivalent. I did start launching 203 rounds over here, where we lost our men. Looks like another firefight. Enemy attempting to get into our sector over here. But our pioneers still holding on. Taking fire. We get the KdA back here to move back in if we need to. These gazelles gonna cause issues though if these Tuskungas don't spot them. So I brought in an MI8 and moved up. This might have been the same one from earlier that I resupplied to try and take out these AMX-30s. I doubt that's going to reach in time. Nice. Not sure where that was going. So, still nothing really happening over here. Very strange. We got a leader just sitting out here in the open. And I still have no idea why he's continuing to bring people up over here. So, enemy team, 3 minutes to victory here. Challenger Mark II takes a hit, does almost nothing to it. Is that realistic? I don't know, man. I feel like these Metis rockets would destroy it. And that one, he gets nailed. Still not destroyed yet, though. M728 gets stunned. Let's see what happens here. Can we actually destroy something with a Soviet rocket? Apparently not. And I think that was our T-34. We finally got the shot off on him. Taking rocket fire from the enemy over here into our zone. We don't have a ton of equipment there. We got a T-34 who took some damage. But the sector he fired at didn't really have a whole lot. We do have logistics here to help reinforce. And the infantry getting spotted here by this dual PKM team with the Dragunov. So we should be able to wipe these guys out, these Dragon teams. Although the Dragons have two M249s, so... But I think with the sniper rifle, definitely going to be the better team. And these guys are like double vetted too. So I'm bringing in Moto Schutzen, but it looks like we've got rockets firing behind us right now. And I'm not sure why this guy isn't advancing either. This stuff is just sitting over here the whole game. I did drop a help beacon over here because he did get a commander in here, and I'm getting pushed back. Our sappers got destroyed. We do have these KdA shoots, and for some reason cannot see this guy here, but he does get destroyed. And that's the end of the match here. We are defeated. Let's take a look at our score. So we killed 2875 to 2390 losses, so 1.2 to 1. On the enemy team, their best player was this guy here with 3.51 to 1, and then this guy here did a 3.8. So, wow, great job. We had nothing like that on our side. Kills and losses to see what did well for us. The T-62 took out several armored units. One of our KdA teams took out a lot. So definitely effective for a cheap infantry squad. We got our Strelas taking out some teams. SPG-9 took out some teams. MA-24 did an excellent job. Love, love, love. T-34-85 getting some action in here. MI-8 getting some action on some infantry teams. Pioneers take out a helicopter too. And the T-34-85, again, our 1940s tank, doing a good job of taking out some enemy units. Our 203 did not, it looks like he took out a mortar and counter battery, and then we took out that Milan 2 team. And we took out a few fighter jets as well. Looks like we were fighting in a lot of different divisions here. On the enemy side, the Lynx, this was probably at the very beginning, took out several units, and MLRS is what took out a lot of our T-34-85s. That the Hofmeister, the hero of the game, took out a ton of stuff, and then we had a hidden AT gun here AT rocket launcher taking things out. Recon, Milan 2 took out a few units. Milan 2s are really good. AMX-10, Recon, took out our guys that were trying to assault across. So, is it not going to let me click on experience? I think I got to click exit.